And we are back. Episode 74, Smoke and Mirrors. How we doing, fellerinos?
Yeah,
This is
good.
going good. Really good. Pumped. I was had a good week, actually. Winning. Sun turned one.
Very
Life is
good.
good. How you going there?
Yeah, good. Successful.
All right. It's like top to magnificent.
Most excellent. I was doing fantastically well. How you
good,
living
man.
there, Big Doug?
I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah,
Living a dream.
I am actually.
Another day? Another $1.50.
Fucking inflation, mate.
But nah, doing good. What do you call it? Moving into that streaming news, though. Some real exciting shit. So even though we haven't even, this Obi-Wan series hasn't even aired yet, we're already getting, talks about a possible second season, considering this was meant to be a limited series.
Yeah.
But this is all off the talks of, everyone really enjoyed their experience with this shit,
Yeah.
which is cool for me. I'm fine with that. Because I'm trying to figure out now, because it's 6 episodes, where is this going to start and where's this going to end, per se? Because Luke is still really young, and it's not I don't know if they're going to do a time jump or anything like that, but see where it leads, because I want to see more Obi-Wan.
Same. The big thing for me in this show is how will they immortalize Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They tried it with Boba Fett. I don't think they accomplished what they set out to do with Boba. I don't think he's the strongest character now. I think we know too much about him, and he just talked too much. But with Obi-Wan, he's someone that the fans love. He's prequel trilogy. He's probably the best thing that's come out of that. So how are they going to take his story and add something that we didn't know, but that pushes the lore forward and makes his character one of the prominent figures in Star Wars, because it's closing the gap. Ewan McGregor's performance is special to me, and Alec Guinness's performance is special. Do we need this thing in the middle now?
Yeah. For me, seeing Obi-Wan, he's not almost, but he's one of the cleanest Jedis as well.
Yeah.
And his arc is always going from son to the father.
Yeah.
And to the mentor from there for Luke as father again. So I want to see, does he have any skeletons in his closet? Are we going to get anything else? Are we going to flesh out, where does Obi-Wan come from? Where does Qui-Gon pick his ass up?
Yeah. What it really boils down to, and from the interview and excerpt that Kathleen Kennedy was saying is basically, if we get the viewers, we're going to do it. We're going to do another one. If the viewers determine and tune in to this, we're going to throw it in there, regardless.
100%. I wonder if we'll see Ahsoka as well.
Yeah, because she would also be in that timeline as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's after the Clone Wars, but before Boba and Mando, season 2, because they take place after Return of the Jedi.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you might get a younger Ahsoka.
Hopefully Dawson still comes back, if that is the case.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fire.
She's under makeup anyway.
True.
That'd work well. Pretty cool to see. I reckon Obi-Wan was out there fucking though.
Oh, yeah.
You reckon?
I reckon. Well, there's no Jedi council to rule over him.
So you reckon Obi-Wan 20 years in the desert, basically, or 18 years in the desert total? He just rolls up to that brothel in Tatooine. And
I reckon he's probably got a woman.
All right, I went the completely filthy route.
Yeah, I reckon he's got a woman. He's got no rules on him.
I wonder if they answer that question in this. If there's no Jedi, do the Jedi order what's that fucking thing? Their principles, are they still active? Does he still live by them?
I reckon he to a certain point he would. But I just think this is a nice way to set up something. You know what I mean? The son of Obi-Wan or the daughter of Obi-Wan or something, which is what Rey should have been. but still.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been a Skywalker or a Palpatine. She should have been a Kenobi.
See, that would have been cool.
Oh, man.
See, I honestly think because they rushed in to do those sequels, right? And like, I don't want to go on too much of a tangent with the fucking sequels because I don't think they deserve as much air as like, you know, people give them. But like, they should have focused on the prequels, the original trilogy, those characters, and pushing that into the forefront as opposed to let's rush into the sequel and like you market it and you put it in the lunchbox.
And we got to sell it. And we got to sell it.
It just like that just didn't make too much sense to me. And then the way that they did it, where they put these characters in front that no one gave a fuck about, even by the end of that 9th movie, it's like, nah, they've just done it backwards. And I think this is all like that course correction type shit that they're doing now. So if this hits and it's good critically and like, you know, people tune in, like that viewership's there, for sure they're going to do another one.
It's going to be good because lately McGregor's been hitting.
Yeah,
True.
With his choice of projects.
Yeah.
It's not just, you know, one for you and one for me.
That's always hilarious when they say that,
man.
hey.
Colin Farrell was talking about
That's
it.
hilarious.
I know. What, the $9 million wasn't for you?
Let's be fucking honest. It's all for you.
Fucking love Colin Farrell, man.
And, he's so honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for this, man.
Same.
Tuning in May 25th and stick around in this episode because we're going to be talking about that first trailer that just dropped as well. So
It's weird that they wouldn't drop May 4th, eh? Star Wars Day.
it's so easy to do that shit.
I
But
know.
is that a Wednesday though?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That year that it's a Wednesday, something big's dropping on Disney Plus. You wait.
Episode 10.
It's going to be the original trilogy, like the untouched ones, the original ones.
On Blu-ray.
Oh man,
May 4th is a Wednesday it is.
they just fucked up.
I'm looking right now.
No, they didn't actually. They usually do a big conference on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars Celebration.
So they could just say, and it's out now. The first episode is dropping early.
That'd be
dropping
wild.
Today.
Enjoy
Check
yourself.
your Disney Plus. It's out right now.
Yeah.
Mate.
Look here, cunt.
Everyone just runs home from the
know.
conference. It's just like this fucking riot that breaks out.
If they video the conference, you just see people on their phones like this.
No way.
Not listening to what's going on.
Can you turn it down, mate?
has something to say. Fuck off, mate.
Fuck, man. You shouldn't have released this so fucking early.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
What do you call it? They should just play the episode at the conference.
Oh, man. That'd be cool as well. But then you'd need to be in that room.
Yeah.
I'd love to be in that room.
Yeah. And then Ewan McGregor shows up and you can ask him questions.
Oh man.
Disney Plus, can you fly us out, please?
If after the episode, if the room just went black and then it's just cell phone lights and shit, and then the lights went up and it's Anakin and Obi-Wan, like in character, like Ewan McGregor.
No, but I would want the what's-his-face first. I'd want that Vader breath first. And then, like, to see the lightsabers light up in the dark. The
Mate.
red one and the blue one. Because he's still got a blue lightsaber for some reason. God knows why. They
Obi-Wan?
need to explain that.
Yeah.
Why he keeps a blue lightsaber. Because that means he didn't finish his training.
Well, maybe because his master wasn't there. Maybe he keeps it because that's the one that he made with Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
If they delve into that shit, we'll see.
Is Knights of the Old Republic like movie canon? No.
I think it'll depend on what they do with this high era.
I don't know if it's movie canon, but it is included in the Star Wars canon.
Because they dictate each color as a different like role as a Jedi.
Yeah.
Blue one's a guardian, green is a sentinel, yellow is something else.
Yeah, that's why what's-his-face. But then what's-his-face just said, fuck it. Mace just said, fuck it. I want the prince. Like that's what he said. My man.
As soon as he said Mace, I just thought of Mace.
Oh, man.
Welcome.
Fucking poor Mace. You know, Mace was like the best freestyler ever to come out of bloody, what's-his-face, Uptown?
Really?
He was a beast, absolute beast. The way that he had to change the way that he rapped because Puff knew what would sell.
So Mace didn't sound like that.
No, Mace is putting that on. That's why Mace sounds so fire over that what's-his-face, over the Blueprint 2 beat.
Ah,
Where he's
yeah.
dissing Cam.
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's how Mace is supposed to be. That's how he originally was.
Champion.
Yeah. Anyway, this isn't a music podcast.
And that's it for streaming news.
Yeah, man.
Flow into our film news there. So, just yesterday, reports came out. I think THR, one of those publications, is actually doing a story on the rise and fall of John Carter. But they actually touched on details of what the sequel is going to be, and from what we're hearing, the plan to actually make a sequel was actually really far. Like they were gearing up to actually do this, and it just sounds like they were waiting on box office, right? So, I mean, box office wise, it made $284 million. The first John Carter, which isn't, it's nothing to fucking sneeze at. It's still it's good money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time. It's just that it had a $300 million budget.
It had a $300 million budget, and that's what fucked it up. But what's the guy's name?
Andrew Stanton.
Andrew Stanton was saying that if they did get to do that sequel, the second one was going to focus more on it. Like every sequel would have focused on someone different.
Yeah.
Or at least started with someone different.
Yeah.
Right. So this sequel was going to start with Deja, right, which is the princess from, or in theory would have been the Queen of Mars. After this, starts with her, and she's dreaming that Mark Strong's character, which are what are they called?
They're like the
There's a certain name for them though.
almost like the Guardians.
Therns. Yeah, the Therns. She's dreaming that Mark Strong is coming through and gonna steal their kids. Obviously not a dream. Mark Strong comes through, steals her and John's kids, and then we flash back to John Carter in his burial dress on Mars. Yeah, on Mars in the desert. He meets up with someone else. One of the characters.
Jeddak? No.
Yeah, no. He meets up with someone, and that character tells them what happened, how that they've stolen the children and everything, and Daya's actually waiting for him to return to Mars.
Yeah.
So that they can both go and find their children. Yeah. But what's cool about this is that they were going to go into this full-on underground, underground setting, right? And under the ground of Mars is a different world. It sounds very much like Avatar 2 was going to be when you think about it. Yeah, it's going to be this underground world that has amazing technology, and it's a people that the people that live on the surface of Mars have never ever seen before. Yeah, and it was just going to be this big adventure in the underground, which sounds fucking cool.
And the people like in the world, like, because the guy Andrew Stanton was like, I think this is like, was it Under the Planet of the Apes, or what's it called?
Yeah,
it's Inside the Planet of the Apes.
Pause.
It's beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes,
which has the same sort of story.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But they were gonna control like the air and the water and all that sort of shit, which like it would have been mad. Like what he was saying, the 3 different classes of citizens and the 3 different types of people on Mars, and then you just find out, hey, fuck, there's this group of people running everything.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the world.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I wish that they just took a risk on it. I think people would have caught on afterwards. I know that if they went, hey, let's go with the sequel, it would have been a $600 million price tag for it.
Yeah.
But I think in posterity, they would have looked back and said, well, shit, over the years, this movie's actually gained like that critical favor and people actually enjoying it.
I don't understand why they haven't sort of just said, well, fuck it, we've got Disney Plus now, let's make this a series.
True.
I think they
should.
still hold. I don't know if they still hold the rights though. That's the only thing.
Isn't
Because Jules Verne,
Edgar
Rice Burroughs, sorry.
Isn't that open? That's like
I know what's his face is open.
license. Tarzan.
I know what's his face is open. Guy did The Raven.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe's is open. I don't know about Rice Burroughs. Rice Burroughs' story is next level. I'd expect there to be, you know, a conservatorship around that sort of stuff and using his material and
True.
yeah.
True.
Considering what he's written.
But it's crazy though, because like Disney put out a Tarzan movie. And like there's other companies, and Tarzan, that character always pops up. That's what I was like thinking, like, is it just like a free open license like for his content? Or maybe certain ones, maybe Warlord of Mars and Princess of Mars isn't one of those.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Either way, they should get on that. I mean, every year that Rotten Tomatoes or that Metacritic or whatever the fuck scores change for that movie. They keep going up. They don't stay there like most movies where people are discovering the movie more and actually going through and reviewing it again and you know, watching it again.
The biggest like mistake that they made for this movie, I feel, is they called it John Carter. They shouldn't have called it John Carter, because people are like, who the fuck is this? Is it a sequel to Coach Carter? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Rich what? Instead of just calling it like, you know, like Mars, or like John Carter of Mars, or Warlord of Mars, or whatever that book was that they based it off of, they should have called it that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been more appropriate.
Because people are probably like wondering, who the fuck is John Carter, and why is it a Western plus a sci-fi plus like, you know, like a fucking sci-fi epic?
Well, that's only because they didn't market this movie properly,
No.
right? If they had marketed this movie as a full-blown bloody sci-fi epic,
Yeah.
when people got into the movies and they were like, "What the fuck is this Western setting? Am I in the right movie?" It would have blown their fucking minds.
Yeah.
This shit was in 3D as well.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
excellent too.
It was good in 3D.
We saw this with our grandfather in 3D.
Yeah.
It was fire.
And you know what's funny? He read that when he was young, right? So it would have been, at that point, like 40 to 50 years.
Yeah.
And it's one of his most highly regarded stories. And he said it was true to the fucking material.
Yeah.
Wild shit.
Yeah.
Papa had a great memory too.
Yeah.
That's how we knew of these characters.
It's just, yeah. Disney didn't know what they had. And by the time that they found out, like, you know, this is actually what John Carter's all about, they
Do you know how
fucked
many
it up.
stories are like this? Do you know how many people have just remade this story?
Yeah.
Fucking Cowboys and Aliens is this story. If the aliens are like, you know, I'm pretty sure they do go to Earth.
And in a weird way as well, it's kind of Dances with Wolves.
It is.
Yeah.
And Avatar.
It is Avatar.
It's the Pocahontas genre, man.
Yeah. If I reckon if Disney had owned Fox back then, Avatar would not have been greenlit.
Why would they?
If this like bombed the way that it did, Avatar would not have been
No.
at all.
I don't know, man. When you think about the technology that Cameron was bringing and all that sort of stuff, the way that he was shooting the film, the different approach to it, I think it would have worked.
Yeah.
But I don't know if didn't Avatar come out first and then John Carter?
No. No.
John Carter was one of the very first 3D movies then.
Yeah. Because it was maybe you can double check this. Maybe the audience can weigh in as well if they would have, like, you know, if Disney would have greenlit Avatar after John Carter.
Avatar did come out first.
See?
Really?
It was Avatar in 2009, John Carter in 2012.
That's a 3-year job.
Yeah. But it fits perfectly into that Avatar sort of theme.
Well, that makes sense why Disney greenlit it then.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Mm.
I wonder if this came out first, if that is the thing where I'm just trying to imagine a future where John Carter wins, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, like I don't
Because
know.
the movie's gold.
It is gold.
Like,
Yeah.
if you've watched it, like, there's something different about it. It's quality. It's not a shitty light take on Dances with Wolves. And it adds a spin to it as well. In fact, this is the progenitor to fucking Dance with Wolves. This came out first.
This came out first, yeah.
John Carter as a whole. What do you call it? The thing that I loved about John Carter was it was more Mars than it was Earth.
Yeah.
And everything on Earth was minor compared to the major, which was him actually being over there and doing his last samurai thing.
Yeah. But also, the stuff on Earth was critical to what was happening on Mars, too.
Exactly, yeah. Because there was still the investigation in the background in Earth,
Yeah.
which gives you that context.
Yeah. And that mystery to solve,
Yeah.
which made it interesting. Even
Yeah.
though I don't like that cunt's face. But anyways, his nephew. Nah, he's got one of those faces that you just like, you know.
You want to punch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just want to give you one of these.
You know
Change
who,
your face. Change your voice.
you know who does that for me?
Who?
That Kyoan.
Oh, really?
I want to punch him. There's something about that of his face. He
His
looks like
eyes,
he can
eh?
just be an annoying fucker.
He looks like a weasel.
Yeah. It's not like he'd be like, you know, Tom Holland or something, which is like sounds pretty cool. Like that guy looks just fucking annoying.
You know, he's probably the most humble person ever.
I know.
He's just got that face.
He's got that face.
You know, I never even realized how big the fucking cast was for this movie.
Yeah.
Fucking Kieran Hines, Defoe, fucking Strong, fucking everyone's in here, man.
Yeah, man. It was strong. Everything about this movie was strong.
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong's in there as well.
Yeah.
Even, what's his face? From The Wire.
Dominic West.
Dominic West, yeah.
Thomas Hayden Church, fucking everyone's in here.
Thomas Hayden Church was in here.
Mm.
James Purefoy, Cranston was in here.
Yep.
Fucking Daryl Sabara.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
They had an A1 cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fire.
The people just didn't show up.
Yeah.
People
And,
showed up after the fact. It was kind of trash.
Yeah.
and Taylor Kitsch. Like,
Yeah.
People didn't know who the fuck Taylor Kitsch was. Because if it was Brad Pitt, people would be like, there, yeah, give me more of that Pitt in the loincloth type action.
I wouldn't have liked Pitt in this movie.
No, me neither. Me neither. It's too on the nose.
Yeah. Then again,
Yeah.
I can only ever see Pitt as Aldo Rain sometimes.
He's always what's his face for me. He's a character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood now.
yeah.
Yeah, the most underrated Pitt performance is his fucking performance in True Romance.
True.
Fuck with me, man. Fucking kill you.
Fuck, I feel like watching that again.
Yeah.
man.
I got the Tarantino pack open because
Yeah.
the 40 reference guys were doing their 6-course degustation. Fire. All right. So moving on to from Disney to Warner.
Yeah.
So because of the pandemic, they've pushed back a lot of their big tentpole movies.
Mhm.
And weirdly, and I don't know if it's strategically, but they've moved some forward.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they've
We've got a little
restructured.
mind changes here.
Yeah. So I don't know if these movies are just better or they're just putting them out there like pawns to just get like, you know, taken down. But if it's over $100 million, I wouldn't expect it.
Mm-hmm.
So they've sorry, you were going to say something?
No, I was just going to say I reckon they just shuffled it around just for canonical purposes. Because it makes sense to have Black Adam and then Shazam.
Yeah, true. Actually, I didn't think of that either. So, yeah. So their releases are now as follows. So October 21st this year, we get Black Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then 2 months later in December, we get Shazam, Fury of the Gods. That day, Shazam goes up against Avatar 2.
And is going to get marked.
Yeah. Especially...
fucking idiots.
I don't know why they kind of like, you know, tried it, but it has been over 10 years since Avatar dropped.
Mm.
I'm not saying that it's going to win. I'm not saying that it's even going to be close. Avatar is winning that weekend, but like, you know, Shazam has a chance there to kind of get in there with the kids. I think there's more kids that know Shazam than they do Avatar. Brody never talks to me about Avatar, never wants to, like, you know, check it out. There's never been anything in his pop culture reference that even, like, prompts him to go, oh, what's Avatar?
I bet you if I took my nephew to see Avatar in the theater, he'd like it, though.
Oh, man.
I don't know if he's sitting still for 3 hours.
In 3D, man's is losing his mind.
He doesn't like the 3D glasses. When we took him, hated it.
But if it was IMAX 3D where it's not as intrusive, it may just be fire. Can you imagine if you saw that first Avatar with that first drop that splits like that?
Yeah.
I reckon it'd be reaching, man.
We'll see. But in saying that, there's a lot of kids that haven't had that experience. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why they'd be turning up for Shazam 2 as opposed to Avatar 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then March 2023, we get Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So this was originally supposed to drop in December, right?
This movie, Aquaman 2, fares better against Avatar 2 than Shazam 2.
Yeah, but they historically made more on Aquaman 1 than they did on Shazam 1. So they can afford to, like, you know, put Shazam out there.
But that was because of where they launched it. They launched it in winter. It's a summer movie.
What's this?
Aquaman. They launched in winter.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the year, where there was nothing out.
Yeah.
Right? There was no new movies out. There was nothing.
Nah.
It was the only kid on the block. And people, like, you know, I mean, not everyone is a Christian. So those people, non-Christians, came out in droves to see fucking Aquaman.
I think everyone came out. This is $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
Like $1 billion.
But that's because of the, you know, the people spreading the word.
Yeah.
Aquaman is the shit.
Which is probably why they've settled on a March 2023 release date, because there's nothing else that's big that's dropping on that day that I know of. Like, there's no Marvel movies that have, like, you know, popped up. It's not like the Marvels are dropping unless you want to, like, double check.
That we know of, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, they could restructure
Marvel
now.
Could just be like, oh, fuck, Aquaman?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck Aquaman. And just launch something.
Well, that could be, like, the test between the studios.
Yeah.
But then again, like, you know, if the object is, I want the money in your wallet, why not, like, drop it where nothing is?
Yeah.
Which is what these studios kind of do. They look for those blank spaces, which is why the Batman's killing it right now.
But March is such a, like, I mean, it's so close to summer for them over there. Like,
Yeah. But that might be, like, how they make their money now, because it's warming up and smash it. So then pushed back like a year almost, we get the Flash movie on June 23rd next year, 2023. So there's some shit that's kind of happening behind the scenes. Warner Discovery have apparently tried to raise $30 billion to get this merger happening. Because it's just recently happened, but like they want to, I think it's more for the investment and kind of getting things up and running. On their Twitter page, on DC's Twitter page, they've put that trinity of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, Ben Affleck's Batman, and Henry Cavill's Superman. Back up. It was like a comic splash, but now it's like these three again. Apparently, and this is from Grace Randolph or Rudolph on Twitter. She's verified. I don't know. She's apparently in with the comic stuff, but I take it with a grain of salt because James Gunn also came out and was like, where the fuck do you get all this shit?
Yeah.
So she said that Affleck is no longer like sort of trying to get away from the DC universe. He wants to stay in it and leave that door open. So his character of, like, you know, Bruce Wayne Batman was originally supposed to die in this Flash movie coming up.
Wow.
Is not dying. And that is why it's been pushed back that long, because now there's going to be reshoots.
Martha won't die tonight.
But apparently Michael Keaton will stay on as the Batman for that universe.
Well, Oh, yeah, I'll take it with a grain of salt. The only reason I say is that you never know what Affleck could mean if that is the case. It could just be like, I'll stay on, I won't play Batman, but I'll still continue making DC films if that's the case. Keeping that relationship.
Love that.
Yeah. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. Even if I just want the show. Just give me the Batman that he was going to make with Deathstroke as the show.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I want from Affleck. Then he can die in, like, you know, his character can die, like his Batman, and then, like, cool.
Mm.
Or just, like, you know, stand up and then the bat signal hits him. And, like, that's the last we see of him. I'm not going to be mad at that. That's good exit.
Yeah. I'd be really cool with that. Also, March next year, all we have currently is just Aquaman, Dungeons and Dragons, John Wick, and then some untitled Universal and Fox Studio shit.
I'm seeing John Wick.
Yeah, 100%. John Wick comes out first,
Oh, snap.
and then it's like 2 weeks later we get Aquaman.
That's why they did it.
That's why they did it.
That's cool.
So one for you, one for the parents, one for the kids.
Haunted Mansion as well, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it's Dungeons and Dragons March 3rd, Haunted Mansion March 10, Aquaman 17th,
Yep.
John Wick the week after on the 24th.
Oh, so Aquaman. So John Wick comes out the last. I love how it started with Aquaman. Now we're just like on John Wick. Pause.
John Wick.
I said with Batman, they're holding, like, they're trying to keep them all there to make their own No Way Home type Bat team up movie. I don't even know if it happens in the comics, but
I'd be cool with it. Like, if Deathstroke did the whole trying to out Bruce Wayne as Batman type thing, and then there's probably another universe where Batman and Bruce Wayne aren't separate and they are the same person. He's high-fiving people down the fucking street. Someone's like, who gives a fuck?
that's tough.
Happy fucking Halloween.
Just recently in the comics, they did a run where there was 3 Jokers. So each Joker was from a different universe.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which they're saying could happen. Yeah.
I don't know. It seems too, like, you know,
I don't-
copycatish.
I don't
for
think
me.
I put...
Yeah.
you don't want to see a CGI Heath Ledger, do you?
Oh, hell no. Fuck no.
No, not at all. I would much rather prefer like a Civil War type thing if they do the multiple universes.
Yeah, that'd be cool as well. All right. So one that I'm, like, you know, looking forward to. The Meg 2 is dropping August 4th, 2023.
Damn it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They pushed that back too.
That's a summer movie.
Yeah.
It is. When the beaches is open.
beach is
That's when
open.
you release that.
Yeah.
Blood in the water, man.
That's it.
That's why we have that July 4th release date. Because Jaws came out and scared the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah.
And people stayed on the beach instead of going into the water.
Just when you thought it was safe to go to the water.
Yeah.
Jaws.
And then they released it again the year after, just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water. Come see Jaws again for the first time.
Just take that, Benny Black.
I know.
For the last time.
And then Wonka dropping December 18th, 2023. Which I'm like, no, not December 18th, December 15th.
Yeah. I reckon all these DC films, like I was saying before, they're all set up to go in line with how the storyline's going to feed out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why it's ending with The Flash, because that's probably going to do the paradox anyway.
And just reset everything.
Yeah. Send everyone back to their starting point. Because this is probably their refresh, and then they can just start anew.
I don't know why
Which I
you'd want to
fucking hate.
restart Aquaman.
Yeah.
I don't think they will.
I don't get it, man.
Unless it's something that they're looking to sort of do as the next team up movie. Because that's solo movies, right? You get Black Adam, Shazam, Aquaman, The Flash. You might then get Crisis of Infinite Earths,
Yeah.
a movie version.
Like, the one thing I was really looking forward to if Zack Snyder had his way and everything went as per that was seeing how the comics sort of play out into the actual fucking live action feature films, like Shazam losing his leg and then he can just he makes that own leg himself and shit like that.
Yeah. And that's it for film news.
Yes, sir.
And now, my friend,
Monfrey.
Just the facts. No fiction, no feelings. You have to do this in 3.5 seconds. Can you do it?
I'm going to have to. Alrighty, starting off the fan, we got the God of War series being set up at Amazon. We have HBO Max and Matt Reeves saying that this Gotham PD series is actually turning into an Arkham series. As well as that, Penguin has been given the green light at the same place HBO Max as well.
The green light.
For me, green light is always like that's like the gang term. I'm a green light you. That means that yeah.
Put you on.
Yeah.
Jeez, I was thinking McConaughey's book, but anyway, keep
So we got Ted Lasso season 3 has begun production.
Fuck yeah.
Thank God. Mike Myers is teased Pentaverate. We got something coming through Thursday at 5 a.m. We have Giancarlo Esposito doing his Collateral Ting with the remake of British series The Driver. This one's going to be held at AMC. Blade, we're finally getting our confirmation that he might appear in Werewolf by Night, which is the special on Disney Plus. And Michael Giacchino is confirmed to direct. Look, so Gal Gadot and Jamie Dornan, part of Hannah Stone. We got some more cast for that. So we got Matthias Schweighofer, Sophie Okonedo, and Alia Bhatt. As well as that, the one thing I never ever want to fucking see is the live action anime. So One Piece, we're getting more cast. We shouldn't have. So we got Vincent Reagan as Garp, Morgan Davies as Kobe, Ilya Isorilis Paulino as Alvido, Aidan Scott as Helmeppo, and McKinley Belcher III as Arlong. So the Weird Al biopic that's held at Roku is finally wrapped as well. The Gentleman, has it's becoming a series at Netflix. We got Florence Pugh in talks to actually join Dune as Princess Irulan. And as well as that, Austin Butler's up for the Fired role in Dune. Still up in the air, just considering everything going on. Rob Pattinson, off his Batman Ting, is also keen to play a role. And John Spate talks a possible third film. So we got Harvey Gillen is joining the Blue Beetle. Always good to see. We got James Wolk joining George Clooney's next film, Boys in the Boat, which is all about the Berlin Olympics and then boys winning the gold.
Fuck yeah.
Spoilers.
Yes, sir. In case you didn't know.
Historical spoilers.
Ancient history, motherfucker. So we got Hannah John Carmen and Ted Soloway actually leaving the Red Sonja film. Just on that, it always makes me laugh how they have to really note down that she avoids all of Conan's advances. Fucking wild shit. So we also got some more Oppenheimer casting. So we got Matthias Schweighofer again, Josh Peck, Harrison Gilbertson, Emily Dumont, Guy Burnett, and Danny DeFerrari being placed into the film. We have Lana Condor, Will Forte, and John Cena joining Coyote vs. Acme film. John Cena. Which actually sounds fire. As well as that, so Cage was talking about all his old films, not old films, but his previous film Ship.
Classics.
Yes, sir. And he said he won't be back for National Treasure the Third. Or Face Off 2.
Yeah.
The final piece, Sean Levy's back to direct Deadpool 3. Very good.
Good things. I'm excited about that.
And we got Reese and Wernick on the script.
Yeah. Came back after the Molyneux sisters kind of had a go at it. The wife had a go at it.
Jesus.
Have a go.
Yeah, have a go.
And then they came back. How do you feel about the One Piece stuff? I know you didn't sound too happy about it, but what about that casting? Does it make sense or no?
All right, so just on the piece there, so the first guy that where is he? Where is he? One of them is meant to be this clown.
You fucking clown.
But a lot of these, like, the reason why, like, I think anime should never be live action is just because of the stature of these people.
Yep.
Like, this Gold D. Roger guy, the one that they're always searching for his fucking treasure. He is, like, fucking 18 feet tall, and he's brolic as fuck, too. And it's just, I don't know. Like, there needs to be a lot of budget behind it. One of these guys is a clown, and he's eating this fruit where you can separate his fucking body parts and throw them at you and shit like that.
Yeah.
And, like, Luffy himself, he's basically rubber. and he can fucking inflate himself. He can make himself small. He can throw his hands and shit like that. And he can like slingshot like Spider-Man.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, what's her face? Mrs. Incredible.
Yeah.
Elastigirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call it? That's how One Piece should be. It should either be CG or an anime movie.
I just don't get why are they casting like all the white people? Why didn't they make this like a full Japanese? Like in theory, it should be full Japanese.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
There's like a handful of people in here who you can have as live action characters. Roronoa Zoro is the maddest cunt in this show. He's the samurai. And fucking, he's like the baddest cunt in the universe. They have this guy strung up for like 3 years just on this pole. Pause. And he's just like, because they finally caught him. Because they know as soon as they let him go, he's going to fuck everyone up. Yeah. Because he has three swords, 2 in his hands, 1 in his mouth. And he just goes through. Just
Jesus.
Oh, damn. Airtight, that guy.
Fucking all bases were covered there.
Oh, man. Rono, Zori, Bukaki.
Bukake.
Oh, man. Our audience out there, let us know if you're excited about the fucking One Piece casting here.
Fucking better not be.
And Rover's swords. Oh,
like,
shit.
Just thinking about of Oppenheimer and if they're going to touch on the fact that, you know, they were Nazis.
Oppenheimer was defective. Like, had defected from the Nazis?
What do you mean defected? Do you realize that the head of NASA was like a high-ranking Nazi SS like general?
Yeah, but wasn't Oppenheimer
They
also?
didn't defect, my guy.
What happened?
They stole them. The Americans took them.
Ah, okay.
Took them as prisoners of war.
Yeah.
And then realized
Put them to work.
That's why we've got all the technology. You realize if they didn't stop Hitler, the Nazis would have been the first to go to the moon. Like, it would have been fucking wild. But the reason I ask is because they're supposed to have like Nazi dueling scars. Right? So back in the day, they would duel with each other and cut their faces up fucking unbelievably. So all of the Nazis would have, or the SS officers and whatnot, would have massive dueling scars across their face. I'm just wondering, I wonder if some of these guys will have those scars.
Did Oppenheimer?
No.
Is that because he wasn't like part of the SS? He was just a scientist.
Yeah.
Not just a scientist, but yeah.
People back in the day used to do it to themselves to make it look like, because that like the women back in the day would look at like the scars and whatnot, and yeah. Okay. So it's because it means you're from you know a prominent family.
Yeah.
Right. So you went to like boarding schools and all that sort of stuff, and yeah. But yeah, some of these guys should have big old gashes in their fucking faces, because like most of the crew that they're setting up, that's why they're all white, right? I heard people talking on Twitter like, why is the Oppenheimer cast so white? They didn't let people of color into the, you know, that thing.
The Manhattan Project?
Yeah. It was literally all white. Even if they could have done it, which they could have.
You reckon Nolan touches on that in the movie? The fact that there was that segregation?
No, it's literally just the time that they were living in, right? You shouldn't have to explain that. History's explained that to us enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all these dumb fucks on Twitter don't get it.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think that he would just because of that? Because people will be asking that question.
No. Not Nolan.
No.
He didn't explain it in Dunkirk, did he? There's no people of color in Dunkirk. Because that war was fought by...
No, there is not.
Yeah. That war was fought by all the white people. Because they were so close to England, right? That was literally in that stretch of water.
Mm.
Yeah.
We rarely get explanations from Nolan, regardless.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, it's history anyway. People can go up and look it up if they want to. Yeah. Don't complain about it online.
I also don't think that it's Nolan himself that's being racist, because like, how many roles has he filled with black actors? We had John David Washington, Morgan Freeman. Fuck, there's been heaps.
It's the fact that he doesn't want to change history.
Oh,
Yeah.
If it's an historically accurate fucking biopic.
He wants it to be historically accurate. I'm not going to cast bloody, John David Washington as a head of a Viking ship. You know what I mean? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
The Vikings are the reason why we have slaves. But they took everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White and black. They didn't care. We taken everything.
Have you watched that Viking show?
No, not yet.
Watched the first season. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just that second season, a lot of people have issues with it just because it's very drawn out.
All right. Very good. Very good there, Fan Hammond there.
Consider it fanned. Just kick the laptop.
That's what I was avoiding.
I picture it like that Lee guy in Tekken. He's got that really swift kick.
Yeah.
But no.
Cool.
Now
we
onto
move on to our movie trailers there.
Yes, sir. So we finally got a teaser for Boys Season 3, and it's not just, random news feed on YouTube from Vite, or Vort, sorry. We got Deep Water, the trailer for that. We also got DMZ. We got the Terminal List, which looks fucking excellent. And we also got the next trailer for The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which I can't fucking wait for.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Boys Season 3 comes out June 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Deep Water comes out the 18th of the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
DMZ is dropping the 17th, so the day before.
Yep.
And Terminal List is 1st to 7th, and The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is dropping on the 28th of the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
All these so close. It's weird that they dropped a trailer for Terminal List so far out.
July.
Yeah, 4 months out.
Streaming, you have to. People have to, like, it's not even like a proper trailer, that one, right?
No, it's like the teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The teaser for the trailer.
The teaser.
Yeah.
They probably, they'll have some promotion as well moving forward. Get a free month off Amazon Prime. And people are like, ooh.
Yeah. They'll do that and then have their little trailers in there. You know they're going to do that.
But it's weird because with other shows and stuff, they drop the trailer the month before and you get 3 trailers in that month. You know what I mean? Whereas this is like, all right, we're actually going to take this long drawn out thing. So it almost makes me think that they're really pushing this.
I remember that with the Adam Project. Like, the Adam Project was weird because we only got one little scene of it in that Netflix sizzle reel, and then we got a trailer.
Yeah.
And then the movie came out 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
It was weird.
And we got the last trailer last week, and the movie drops this week.
Yeah.
That's
we did
crazy.
too. Anyway.
So we got I think the 3 biggest trailers of the week. So the first one is called Outer Range, and that drops the 15th of April, right?
Yeah.
It's got Josh Brolin in there, Imogen Poots is in there, and a couple of other players. The mother from Conjuring, the first one, the one that gets possessed.
Yeah.
She's in here as well. She plays the wife.
She is always a wife, eh?
Well, yeah.
Every role she gets, she's always a wife.
I think she's got that traditional housewife look about her.
Jesus.
Which is in The Conjuring, it was cool because she got to kind of subvert just the wife.
Have some fun.
And just the wife should be fucking a full on role.
Yeah.
But this Outer Range show, it's about this this family, and they live on this range, this farm, big piece of land, and then all of a sudden, this fucking black void just opens up on the fringes of their land.
Wow.
And Brolin's daughter-in-law goes missing. So it seems like a multi-generational household as well. He's got his kids in there and their kids living with them as well.
If you got the space,
Yeah.
can't get stingy.
That's true. And they live in like this small town where everyone kind of knows everyone. It almost seems like there's a murder mystery because it felt very sort of intimate murder mystery. Kind of had like that True Detective South kind of vibe to it. Whereas like in the Ozarks or like, you know, somewhere that's a bit more rural.
Yeah.
And then they add the sci-fi elements on top of that.
It had that It Comes at Night vibe. Remember the trailer for that?
Yeah.
How it was real
yeah.
eerie in the woods like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at first, I thought it was like post-apocalyptic alien sort of type shit going on.
Yeah.
Because the scene that they showcase in here with Brolin felt like fucking Signs with Gibson at the table.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Is there aliens?
But this trailer, like, it does something really well. It tells you nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
It gives you a lot of like, you know, it's not even spectacle, but it's showing you a lot of drama. But it's got the voiceover and the scene led by Brolin, and it just seems so interesting because he's praying, and that prayer starts off like, you know, normal, and you kind of think, okay, cool, and then he just kind of like loses his mind and shit just escalates.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, there is a dark fucking void opening up in our land.
Yeah.
They're just losing their minds. And I think like this is the first time that I've seen this show or anything about it.
Yeah. It came out of nowhere, this show, for me.
Yeah. But it feels like it's got a massive budget behind it. But it looks like they're also focusing on the introspective psychological journey of losing a loved one, but also this void opening up.
Yeah. Seeing there's like some cultish behavior happening in this trailer as well. Because
Yeah.
they see the symbols and you see that dude getting it cut into his chest and things like that as
Yeah.
well. So it seems like there's going to be that that half and half type situation where some people are all for it and some aren't, and they're just going to fucking, well, yeah, go
Like
for
the
it.
mist.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those weird fuckers in The Leftovers.
Yeah.
Smokers.
Yeah.
I gotta watch The Leftovers. I'll finish it.
I got to finish it.
But yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
We got our first trailer for Metal Lords as
Yeah.
well. So Metal Lords is it's the first cab off the rank for what's his face, DB Weiss and Benioff. This one's about these kids in high school that want to set up their own band,
Yeah.
right? So they're currently a two-piece,
Yep.
right? But they need a third person if they want to join the Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
They end up recruiting this girl who sounds like she's from England or something,
Yeah.
because she's using a lot of English slang.
Yeah.
She says cunt.
You can't say that in America.
Yeah, for some reason they don't use it in America. I'd love if they did.
They do, but it always hits different.
It sounds like certain places use it more.
Yeah, this looks good. Jaden Martell in here.
Yeah.
Coming of age story. And they got the full face, like almost Kiss face paint
Yeah,
going on.
they do the full glam rock in here. It's unbelievable.
It looks really cool.
It does. It does look really cool.
And that's a feature. When's that dropping?
The 8th of April.
8th of April.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely in for that. That looks fun. It's funny. It's like a full comedy.
Yeah.
And we also got another coming of age story, Apollo 10 and a half.
Yeah.
So this one looks really cool. It's like there's this kid, he's also in high school, and then NASA comes through and recruits him to actually go do a lunar landing. But they're like, you can't tell anyone, you can't tell your friends, you can't tell your family. It fucking killed me. It was like, you good at maths? Yeah. Did you get 100? No? Well, that's it then.
Oh man.
But we got who do we have in here? We got Zachary Levi, we got a few other players in here as well.
Yeah.
But it's all about his life. It's in that same like a Scanner Darkly, cell shaded
Directed
type,
by Richard Linklater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this looks
Beautiful.
cool, man.
I love the fact that NASA would build like a lunar lander and fuck up and just make it smaller than they should have.
Yeah.
And then having the fact that they have to go recruit a kid to get in there. You can only imagine how small that lunar lander was, because the lunar lander honestly was the size of maybe this carpet. When you think it, like, it's not that big.
No. But it looks pretty big, like when he's in it and you see him. But I almost get the feeling like it's just his imagination getting influenced by these Apollo launches and stuff, and then like almost trying to get like a sense of purpose and validation as a kid during that time, and then creating like the scenario where NASA comes to him and is like, "We need you for the job."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks cool, man.
Just the thought of NASA fucking up and then just being like, fuck, we'll take the risk.
Yeah. Just fucking send a kid up there.
And that's dropping 13th of March. So that's Monday.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking pumped, man.
Yeah. When this episode drops, if you're listening to this right now, Apollo 10.5's out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Go check it out.
Go give it a watch and tell us what you think.
It will, mate.
Give it a whirl, girl.
And the biggest trailer of the week, the one that everyone's fucking been waiting for, everyone's been going crazy for, is Obi-Wan.
Yep.
Got a first look at that.
Oh, man.
So I thought we were just going to get the photos.
Yeah.
Same.
But then that trailer dropped and it just like, it did, it made me feel like we're getting back on track with Star Wars in like, the streamers.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of unanswered questions answered.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think perfect time for this as well.
Yeah, the prequel music. Ewan McGregor's there. It flashed to what he's doing on the planet, and it set up some things that were created in like the in Star Wars Rebels.
Yep.
Carried on in Fallen Order. It looks beautiful.
I love the fact that Obi-Wan, that they open this trailer with Obi-Wan saying, "We lost the battle."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were defeated.
Yeah, we were defeated. But knowing that, they might have lost the battle, but the war that they fight after that, they win. Is just beautiful.
Yeah.
And him knowing that, he obviously felt it.
Yeah. With Obi-Wan, I think he's such a tragic character, and probably the one that I think is going to be the most interesting, because he lost his brother and best friend on Mustafar, and it was by his own hand. You know what I mean? So when he says, like, we're defeated, like, he's fucking down the dumps. He's probably on the lowest rung with his only purpose to, like, look out for Luke.
Yeah. And mind you, this man was a fucking general when it came to the Clone Wars as well.
General Kenobi.
Yeah.
Like, everyone, not everyone, fuck it. I forget, like, he was a general during that time.
So,
You know what I mean? Commanding troops and shit through the Clone Wars.
So this is the man who had to take care of not just his own, but everyone fucking else around there as well. And command and lead and, like, set up everything so it could lead to success. So these words coming from not just him, but a general is fucking different, man.
It's a heavy shit.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that, we get that payoff. You know what I mean? Like the payoff from the scene in episode 3 where Yoda tells him, our old friend Qui-Gon Jinn figured out how to live, how to use the Force and live forever, essentially.
Yeah.
Is what he's saying. I'm hoping that that's who he's talking to at the start of this trailer.
Fuck, I hope so.
Yeah. Because we do get 3 pieces of music from the prequel trilogy. So we get that, I think it's like something with heroes in there, but it was prominent. We get Anakin's Dark Deeds, which is the same music that like Obi-Wan finds out that Anakin killed the younglings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the music that plays over it. And then we get the banger Duel of the Fates.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Dave brought up a fucking mad kind of like possible story like point with that it could be Maul that jumps in at some point in the show.
Yeah.
If they're going to play that music, it just makes sense, because the last time they played that music, it was apprentice and Jedi fighting a Sith.
Yeah.
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 And Anakin was in the cockpit.
And Anakin was in the cockpit, right. But now are we going to get literally again Jedi Master and Apprentice being Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting against whoever's come? Because Maul, when you think about it, is he's completely against Anakin and them, or at least Vader and them, because he's what's his face. He's essentially been cut out. He's been left to die.
Yeah.
Because the Emperor took on a new apprentice.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Shit. And Darth Maul was a bad motherfucker too.
Yeah.
Like Darth Maul had the ability to take on 2 Jedi same time, pause, and managed to kill one of them.
Yeah.
They never really speak on like if Obi-Wan just got real mad and almost Sithed out and fucked up Darth Maul, do they?
That's what he does.
Fucks him
That's
up.
why he wins those fights. He's not using just the good side of the Force, which is why I like him. What's his face? Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan tends to break the rules when they need to be broken.
Yeah.
So he will use his anger of his master, dying to defeat the what's his face, and then he basically defies the council. Basically says, well, fuck you. I will leave the council. I will leave this shit if I don't get to train this boy.
Yeah.
That's what he tells the council.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we need General Kenobi.
Yeah.
Because man's has got them hands.
The man's with the hands.
Yeah.
General Kenobi, everybody.
Yeah. Lazy bastard.
Closer of doors.
It's always those fucking videos where you see him do the fucking door open and someone gets tripped over.
Oh, man. For me, it's always when he's just standing there with his hands on his hips. Just watching them have a domestic.
I know. Mate, you going to watch her choker? Really? That's what we're doing?
Anakin, stop it. He's not listening.
I almost think if Maul's in that last fight, that Qui-Gon's going to show up as a Force ghost.
Yeah.
And kind of guide Obi-Wan through whatever. But I don't know if it's Clone Wars or Rebels or whatever, but Obi-Wan and Maul do end up fighting one last time. And that's where Obi-Wan eventually kills him.
Yeah.
So Maul survives after this, if he does show up.
Yeah.
True.
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping he's there because he's supposed to have his apprentice as well.
Who is Maul's apprentice?
The chick from Game of Thrones.
Ah, right. Okay. Because Savage Opress was Dooku's apprentice, eh?
What's her face is...
Varma.
Yeah, she's the leader of his crew now, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you know how Paul Bettany was, and then he died?
I thought, what's his face took over? Quayor or whatever?
You know that chick from Game of Thrones? What's her name? The little chick. Daenerys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what. We're talking
Yeah.
about the same one. I
Yeah.
thought you meant the other one.
Amelia Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amelia Clark, but the other one's in there. Indira Varma,
Yeah.
Okay.
the snake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. I thought that she was going to take over.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But the door is open for Han Solo.
Yeah.
Or
Lando.
Lando to show up.
We got Han, we got Lando, we got Ahsoka.
Yep.
Does Anakin kill Asajj Ventress?
I don't know.
Bald chick with the 2 lightsabers?
I'm not too sure actually because I never watched Clone Wars, so I'm sort of out in the cold in that. But that leads us to another point. We get the Inquisitors
Yeah.
in this. This is probably the first time live action that an Inquisitor showed up. We get a new Inquisitor. I'm not too sure what her name is, and then we get the Grand Inquisitor. And that's Rupert Friend under all that makeup.
Friend.
And he just looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
They look pretty evil as well. We see Obi-Wan on Tatooine and then eventually moving into Coruscant,
Yeah.
which is him going back to maybe that Jedi temple. and seeing what's happened to it now. Maybe it's completely just scorched, burnt to the ground.
Go get those books that Luke has in the episode 9.
Maybe, yeah.
What do you call it? It all, like, because Obi-Wan would be lost by now, man. Not lost as in, but he has no guidance on what the fuck he needs to do. Except watch Luke.
The mission is the mission is to look over Luke, to watch over Luke.
But there's a lot of downtime in there.
But he would have what's his face with him?
Qui-Gon?
He would have Qui-Gon with him. He could essentially use the Force and talk to Yoda. He can do all that stuff.
If he could do that, why didn't Vader just he's on Tatooine, do it now, just destroy him? I know what I mean.
I'd assume that using the Force, you could have something to block you out from that side as well.
But Luke does that in Last Jedi. He blocks himself from the Force, and that's why no one can find him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think that the Emperor's keeping that information from him. I think the Emperor knew the whole time.
About Luke?
About Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
Right? So, and to tell him that, knowing how Vader is, I mean, he's always going to choose the side of his people. He would have turned on the Emperor so fast.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
He would have trained, he would have been able to train 2 Sith at the one time. And him being Vader, the strongest, Jedi ever made, he would take over that empire.
Yeah, that makes sense because Sidious needed Vader to cull all the remaining Jedi.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Fucking writes itself, man.
Still no Anakin in this. We do see Luke as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Practicing his pod racing and whatnot.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
We see Edge.
Yeah, we do get to see the Edge.
Yeah.
Joel Edgerton for you uninitiated.
Yeah, I'm excited for this, man. 25th of May. 6 episodes. Disney Plus.
True.
It'll be big.
When you think about it, Ewan McGregor kind of almost played the Obi-Wan in Doctor Sleep as well.
Should be.
Because he got the shinning in Doctor Sleep.
Yeah.
And then he finally used it to its full extent later on in the film.
Maybe if Obi-Wan just falls off the wagon, that's what he'd be like.
Jesus.
Just banging Twi'leks 2 at a time.
Use the tentacles.
What kind of hentai is this?
And that's it for movie trailers this week.
Yeah.
All right. Take us out there with the entertainment news. Grand opening, grand closing there, T-balls.
God damn you, man. I've cracked again. What do you call it? Pixar employees are actually, they're kind of pissed off at all the censorship that goes on with Disney films. And there was recently a bill that was passed, which actually limits the use of, being able to portray gay people and things like that.
Yep.
And learning about it, and, being educated as a whole.
Yeah.
And a lot of these employees, not a lot of these employees, but the employees who have risen up and sort of spoken about it, they're saying, look, we have all these stories about the LGBTQIA that we want to express, but we're finding it really hard to actually do that, just considering all the stops that we're getting in between. They're not letting us represent a community or give a full story.
Yeah.
We have to pull everything back, and we can't give everything that we want to. Which I think, in a position, you should be able to express yourself and have this kind of stuff.
100%.
You can't force it on people, but it still needs to be a part of our education as a whole, that people can be, who they want to be.
Yep.
Moving forward.
100%. Yep. I 100% agree with that. I love the idea of them telling their own stories. Moonlight for me is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think that there's companies out there that will make those stories, and Pixar is not one of those companies.
Yeah. I think with the board, right? Because they're going to the Disney board with these ideas, and the board's kind of just nah, I'm going to take out all these. But the goal of these employees at Pixar, these animators and screenwriters and whatnot, is they want to normalize it, like for younger kids.
Yeah.
I myself have had that conversation with Brody.
Yeah.
Because it's not normal for him, because he doesn't see many other parents, right? And the stories that he has in his like circle of influence isn't about like the LGBTQIA plus community. I'm not too sure that they want to normalize gay relationships or same-sex relationships for kids. I think it's more that this is, one of the things that you're going to see growing up. And I think in that space, like, why not have those stories? I found, like, in Turning Red, I thought it was more a trans story than anything. Just with, like, she literally transforms, right? But through the story, she finds peace in, like, letting that out and showing people that.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know if that's the Disney board's thinking that, like, we're not going to outright say, hey, this character's gay or this couple's gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we're going to use this metaphorical sort of way to kind of showcase that.
Yeah.
Because Chapek's goal is, like, we want to make content for, like, that community. But we're not going to outright say it's for that community. And that's where, like, this has kind of come to a head. I can understand, man, like, why they would be upset. They were told one thing and then they get shot down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's already at a head, right? Because Pixar's movies have been shit on the whole time under Disney. Like, the last 3 big releases that they had went straight to Disney Plus.
And not even the pay.
No, there was no paywall in front of it.
They should have paywalled it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because people would have paid. I would have paid for fucking Luca.
Pixar movies are A1.
Yeah, I would have paid for all these fucking movies.
Yeah.
Turning Red is like an anime, a CG anime. That's the animation style that they kind of went for in this, and it fucking works. And Brody actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is the time to be scared of having those conversations with kids. Kids can take a lot. Like, with Brody, he kind of just went, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But, like, there was no, oh, that's gay. Or, like, I don't like that because that's two women as, like, that's the mom and the dad.
Yeah.
He just, like, sort of went, okay. But it's when you treat it with fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have that animosity behind it. It feels like Disney, that executive leadership team, isn't ballsy enough to actually go out and say, like, this is who we are. We're fully inclusive. Even though that's what they want. But they're not saying that.
I don't think they are.
Well, like,
I really don't think they are. I think I can probably see what their board looks like.
oh, yeah.
See, like, looking into a lot of this, like, life is not monotonous when you go through it as well. There's a lot of, like, bumps and changes, and you'll pick up a lot of things that, as a child, you are very malleable, and you become molded by your environment. This is the nature versus nurture argument that everyone has. Like, your upbringing can mold your lifestyle moving forward. So I think, like, introducing children to all aspects of life, not everything per se, but at least, like, preparing them for, conversations, because there is beauty in all of our differences. And that's exactly how life is. It's not monotonous. There's a lot there moving forward as well. And it should be normalized.
Disney just doesn't want to deal with those fuckwit bloody Christian groups that are going to complain and talk all their shit. You know what's funny, though? Is that, like, even in, like, same-sex relationships, right? Those kids, most of the time, do not turn out to be same sex themselves.
Exactly.
So what the fuck are they worried about?
Again, I don't think it's Disney from a like an inclusion point of view. I think it's money. It's legit what is represented on screen, and are parents comfortable to take their kids to that?
Yeah, we're in between generations now, so it can be a very hit or miss.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're scared of, is like, you know, taking this step and just outright saying, hey, like, this is normal.
There's no true reward without like some kind of risk, though.
Yeah.
And I think to break through that barrier, we need to, you know, allow this. Well, because media is a big thing that we all consume.
Yeah. 100%, but it's that barrier as well. So like in Florida now, they have the rules where, like you were saying, there's no content concerning like, you know, the LGBTQIA plus community for 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
So straight away in Florida, they lose that market.
Yeah.
Right? There's Disney World in Florida as well, so there's no marketing that can happen there. They can't put the characters on the rides and whatnot. So for Disney, how can that idea and this concept and this, like, you know, this big change equal dollars? Because they're out to make money at the end of the day.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, it's tough. Like, I can always have my say, but it's not just my say that can change everything.
It always starts with one voice. Someone brave enough to actually, like, you know, make the choice.
Yeah.
I think there's so much, like there's so much focus on just like, you know, people are gay. Yeah. You know what I mean? As opposed to like putting that idea out there and letting the community kind of make the choice.
Yeah. If we let people fly their flag, fuck, we'll get so much more, like, you know, passion out of people as well. Being able to be open, we can be honest, we can do everything that we want to do.
I just really think they need to change up those fucking boards.
Yeah.
Get some young blood in there, man.
That's
What the fuck's going on over there? I can see their board now. I really can. There's a bunch of 60-year-old white men in a fucking room. That's what it is.
Yeah. But Iger still sits on there. Alan Horn, who like shepherded Disney through like some really hard times. Pete Docter, who's the Pixar director, and he's the one that's actually been fighting for these stories to go forward, but he gets told like he's got a boss.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure in terms of female representation as well.
I doubt there's any.
If any, Kathleen Kennedy probably sits on that board though.
I don't know.
As head of,
I think she sits there as head of the Star Wars stuff, and if she tries to get into any of that other stuff, they tell her to shut the fuck up.
well, I don't know, because like, you know, the way it worked, like Steve Jobs is the head of Apple, so he got a seat on the board as part of the Pixar deal.
That's right. Pixar was his company.
But Disney purchased it.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if part of her role she gets that seat. Kevin Feige, does he sit on the board, or is he just in that Marvel purview because that's all he wants to focus on? I don't know. She seems like a ladder climber.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
He's going to be the head of Disney one day.
One day. I think so.
I think so. I think she'll do some good stuff there as well.
I don't think she should be the head of Lucasfilm, but the head of Disney as like a whole, I think she'd do well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a crazy world that we live in, and one that's filled with fear, especially after the last 2-3 years, like with the war going on in Ukraine. Like fear is just running rampant, right?
Yeah.
People are just clinging on to cash. They want something that's just, it's a safe bet.
Yeah.
In these times, because they're trying to recoup money. Money's lost, and these corporations are just clawing at it, and they don't want to take these risks. But the public's ready.
More than ready.
I think it's the organization that's scared, and the public that's like, well, like, you know, you guys are pussies, really, and we don't feel represented.
Yeah.
I honestly think, because Pixar did put out a short, and it was about, did you guys see it? I don't know what it's called, but me and Brody watched it, and it was about this guy, and he comes from like this really kind of hardened American family. His father's like that stoic sort of type, doesn't say much or anything. The mother's like the worrying type and whatnot. He's gay.
Yeah.
And the whole time he's trying to hide his gay partner away from his family. I think he turns into a cat or something. I don't know, but I didn't focus on that side of it too much. And then at the end, he comes out as gay to his parents. And then his parents accept him. And it's like, I'm pretty sure people of all ages, cultures, whatever, have like an idea, know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just that fear of taking that first step.
Yeah. Anxiety is a killer, man. Should get you.
But it's the money. That's what they're most scared of losing. And that's probably the scariest thing. Because it's money over everything. Integrity.
Yeah. You know, if they didn't care about the money, they would do really, really well critically.
Pixar and Disney animation do well critically, just in general.
In general, yeah.
Yeah. But I think there's a massive financial market. Like that's it'd be funny if they just said, fuck it, I'm going to make the next Toy Story movie, right? And not focus on it being gay or it being like the LGBTQIA plus sort of showcase that people think that it's going to be, but just telling a story and being inclusive of characters that are part of that community. Know what I mean? And then watch profits go up. The more respect that you give to it and make it natural, I think people will just accept it.
That's right. Don't make it a fucking joke, though.
Yeah, and don't make it like Star Wars where you're just like, let me just shoehorn in this gay character that was never gay the whole fucking...
Yeah. I mean, hey, can we just shoot it? Yep. Okay, cool. We got it.
We got the kiss?
We got it. We got it. We ticked that off. We ticked that off the box. Tick that off the list, mate. Now we go do something else.
Like, that's disrespectful.
Let's talk about the environment next. Fucking fine, Greta.
Why is the board Australian now?
I don't fucking know. They should be. Fuck, if that board was Australian, they get fucking nothing done. Fuck, we'd be relaxed over there. Fuck it. Just put it out. Put it out the way it is.
Beers, anyone, lads? Beers.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That'd be cool. There's so many stories you can tell.
Yeah.
So many stories. I still want the full-on fucking R-rated action movie where like the Zoe was just going through and trying to find like, you know, they just call him a partner, like someone stole my partner and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they go through the whole fucking story and he's killing cunts and everything and it's car chases and shootouts and fights and everything. And then when you finally meet up with his partner, it's a guy.
True.
And it's like his full-on, like, you know, his husband.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking fire.
Yeah. Like, if they took those two guys from the old guard, and if you never knew who they were, and you did that...
the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
The best part of that movie.
I thought they also did it well in Eternals. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't stereotypical. It wasn't flamboyant or anything.
With Brian Tyree's character. Yeah. Because you know why? It was like normal.
Yeah.
Do you know why they do that? Because people think that they're living like these crazy fucking lives where they're in the clubs all day and all this sort of stuff and hooking up with like, you know, 30, 40 different fucking partners and all. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's like that maybe when you're like, you know, 18 or to 20 or something, to 25, because I mean, you're young. Fucking guys do that. We did that.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Like people slow down. They want to have a family. It's a normal fucking life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
I went, like, I didn't go to trivia on Friday, but there was a Twitch stream that had trivia, and it linked to you. It was actually pretty fire. Like, it links to your phone, and then you answer the questions there. Hosted by two gay dudes, and one of them was like, I fucking love Elden Ring. I've been playing so much Elden Ring that is crazy. He's like, I almost missed this event because I was playing.
The world's going to just melt down when it realizes that gay people are like everyone else.
Yeah, they're like regular people.
Right?
Yeah.
They eat dinner. Do you know that gay people eat dinner?
Oh my god.
People are gonna lose their minds.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they eat
Look to
dinner.
they're gonna show like the trailer in the cinema. Look to your left.
I know.
Look to your right. You might be sitting next to a gay person. People, they
I
watch
know.
movies
Oh
as
my
well.
God.
My God.
Fucking hell. They don't get it, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Gotta love your people, man.
It's also like the Bible bashers as well that I blame for this bullshit.
Mm.
But that's a different story.
Yeah.
I won't get into that. They
3
won't get
hour
that
politics
talk.
I got one
I
for
know.
you, Popey.
Fucking badly.
PS5 hat.
Fucking badly. Those Catholics.
Let's just fucking get all wrap this up now.
Yeah.
But I think this is a conversation that more people should be having. It's
exactly.
just a normal conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, call us out. Did we say something like, wrong? Did we get it wrong? Did we get it right? Like, let us know. And what are your thoughts out there? Because I think the more that like we talk about it, the more Disney and other big corporations are just gonna like
Just fucking
Just roll with
normalize it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not taboo anymore.
no,
Yeah.
no, it's
Normalize it.
It's just a conversation.
not. Yeah,
That's all it is.
It's regular life.
put your money where your mouth is.
Fucking badly.
But that's it.
That's a
everything
wrap.
we got so far.
That's a wrap. Just wanted to say quickly, Adam Project actually surprisingly good.
Very good.
Just quickly,
Very good.
nice little 80s throwbacks there with some heart thrown in there.
Yeah.
Beautiful performances, solid movies.
Yeah.
All of
Ruffalo
them.
killed it.
Yeah. So did what's his face? Reynolds.
Yeah.
Reynolds got this one.
Yeah.
Got that one in the bag there.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to spend too much time. Go watch the movie. It's out on Netflix.
Yeah, man.
We'll be back next week, though. Thank you to all of our fans that listen to us on Spreaker, Spotify, all the streamers. Checked out our videos on YouTube. That helps us out a lot.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Whatever you got to do to keep getting our content in your face and your ears. Thank you so much for rocking with us. We will be back next week. Hit us up on all our social medias there.
Yeah.
Link should be somewhere here, or you know what? It might be in the description of the episode. Let's see if I remember this time. I got to make a template, but
Dun dun.
these things evade me. Thank you so much for listening to us. Love yourself. Love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.